What's up? Let's get right into it. This is live on I-95. We're recording this live at the Gas and Go. 6 a.m. right now. We're here until 6 p.m. Fantastic hang today. Stand-up comedian Jesse Popp is here. He stopped by to say hi. He has 3 amazing stand-up comedy albums streaming everywhere. Check out his albums. If you're a comedian, you know Jesse Popp. If you're a comedy fan, you know Jesse Popp. He was a writer for Conrad O'Brien, and he and I were neighbors in Thick as Thieves in Brooklyn in a past life. I'm so glad he stopped by to say hi to me as I was working. My thanks to him for coming down to hang on the highway. And of course, our thanks to you. Yes, you, for listening. We got a lot of great feedback on our episode with Kenny Z. A lot of people listened to Kenny Z when he was on satellite radio. A few people listened to me when I was on satellite radio. You know, I was remembering how when I did talk radio weeknights, 3 hours a night, I used to think to myself, if I wasn't doing talk radio, I'd probably be pumping gas somewhere. And now I do both at the same time. We lost our sound guy at the show this week. He didn't die, he just went to another job. But look, this is a special announcement. The sound on this episode is all jacked up, so you gotta pump up the volume so you can hear every last intriguing thing that Jesse Popp has to say. Right down until the very end of this episode. So this is exciting and tremendous. Jesse Popp is here. He has his own podcast called Monday Night Beers. Here we are catching up about living in Brooklyn on Boerum Street in the Sammy Q Deli. So here's Jesse Popp, and I'd just eaten breakfast. I got a big delivery of food.
What'd you eat?
I ate pancakes.
You ate pancakes?
I found like a new nearby restaurant that looked pretty good on Seamless. You know how that goes?
I'm not a big pancakes guy, but you know, man, you do you, baby.
They have blueberries in them.
Okay. Did you get like any eggs or bacon or anything? Or
I also got an egg and cheese sandwich. Oh God!
That's old days, Greggy, man. That's Boerum Street, Greg.
Oh my God! I try to avoid sketchy meat nowadays. It's just a thing, and I think about all the times you and I went to Sammy Q Deli. Do you remember that deli?
Oh my, of course, yeah.
And I'd just be like, "Yeah, give me all your sausage."
I remember at Sammy Q, because we were killing those Coors Tall Boys, right?
Yeah.
And the guy goes, for you, they're $1.25 forever. That is what he said to me. And then I moved to Los Angeles, and I came back one time, and I walk in and I go, I'm the guy you said they're $1. He was like, what? He like didn't remember me. And I felt like one of those like drunk movie stars who's like, don't you know who I am? Like, don't you know what I mean? I was like, I'm the guy you said it was $1.25 forever. Come on,
That's
man.
great. Oh my God, that's so good. Wasn't there like a Thanksgiving where you weighed yourself before and after?
Yeah, and I put on 9 pounds. I went at Dave Bois' house. I did Thanksgiving, and I ate so much food. I weighed myself, and I put on 9. And obviously, it doesn't stick, but I put on 9 pounds. I ate 9 pounds of food.
It doesn't not stick either, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's legendary. That is legend status.
Well, I would.
Did you weigh yourself with the goal in mind to?
Yeah, I was seeing how much food I could eat. Because at the time, like, I don't know if it's like I was working as a mover, and I would sometimes lose like 12 pounds a week, and I would have to stuff my face to put weight back on. Like I would have to eat like more. I was like, what's his name? Michael Phelps. I had to eat more food than I even wanted. So I didn't like get too, you know what I mean? Because you're just burning so many calories.
You're exactly like Michael Phelps.
Oh yeah, I'm as cool as yeah. I just carried boxes, dude. That's fine.
As a side tangent, briefly, I feel like Michael Phelps is an alien, like a space alien, and so is like Jeff Bezos and some of these other guys, and they're not
Oh yeah,
passing it
yeah,
off
yeah,
very well.
yeah. He's probably an alien from outer space.
Thanks. Thank you for agreeing with me.
Well, Bezos, at least Phelps is like he's good at swimming and stuff. Bezos is like he's a piece of shit. He's like
Yeah, it's just that he's like the richest man in the world. He's trying to go to space. It almost seems like he is like a supervillain space alien.
well, it's so funny because like I'm not even trying to sound like a good guy or nothing, but like if I was the richest man in the world, I would just give all my money away and like help people. And the fact that like these guys, they could just do it and everyone would love them forever, but they're such pieces of shit. They're like, no, I'm just gonna keep it. Fuck you. I'm gonna go to space and like just eat like caviar and whatever, and be a pedophile or something. You know what I mean? They're
Yep. They're like, I'm going to go to space and I'm going to bring Pete Davidson with me. And then the other guy, I mean, Musk bought Twitter for 44 billion. And I mean, I know how popular Twitter is obviously, but it's like for 44 billion, you just bought like a site where like people post GIFs and like have you seen Twitter lately? It's like
you know what?
not great.
I have not posted on Twitter in like months because I just got tired of it. So I don't look at it, but so I don't even know what's going on. I kind of stopped. You know what's funny? I kind of stopped reading the news because I used to read everything. I read articles and books, and I'd get stressed out, and I'm like, I can't do anything about this. What am I doing? So I experimented with not reading the news, and my friends will sometimes get mad at me because they'll be like, what do you think about this?" I'm like, "I don't know what that is," and like I'm just going to work and shit, and they're like, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm like, "I don't know." Like it's way better. Like I can't stop a war, or you're right, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
And
that really speaks to me.
I mean I still read, but I just read like history and whatever. I don't know what's going on with Trump or Biden or whatever the fuck.
They all passed away.
Thank God.
No, that's great. That really speaks to me because I've been reading the news too much and it gives me
I think it makes
fear.
people crazy. I've seen people go crazy because they read the news all day and they get mad and it's like you can't do anything about this. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
No, it's completely insane. I mean, the midterm elections are coming up. There's wars, there's tragedy, there's disease. It's like so backwards. I think news and to a certain extent politics only exist to fill people with fear and division so that they'll
Oh, of
just keep
course.
coming back for more.
And like, look, I wouldn't like I would never like hang out with like a white supremacist to be like, oh, that's just politics or something. You know what I mean? But like I've gotten into arguments with my family and my friends, and I'm like, why are we doing this? Like we're like 90% on the same side. You know what I mean? It's like this is
Yeah.
stupid. I don't want to talk about this shit no more. You know what I mean? I don't know. I definitely have my opinions, but or like on stand like political stand up, it's like, come on, shut up. Make jokes.
Oh my God. Did you say you were hanging out with your family and the Saturday Night Live cowbell sketch came on?
Mhm. Yeah, we're at this like everybody's covering pumpkins and shit, and like because my family doesn't know comedy, like they don't follow comedy, and
That's great. And also, I gotta step in and say, carving pumpkin party on an autumn afternoon out in the country. That sounds great. But go
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
continue.
Oh, and like I texted, this is the degree to which my family does not follow comedy. Like a year or two ago, I was at because I used to write at Conan, and then one of my uncles goes, "You still write for that guy Conrad?" And they don't know.
Conrad.
Yeah, yeah. And I go, "No," and he goes, "All right." And then we just talked about other shit, you know. And so somehow people are talking about that more cowbell sketch, and they go, "Jesse, you ever heard of that?" I go, "Yeah, I've heard of it." People will always be like, I saw this guy, like people will literally be like, do you know this guy? I saw this guy on YouTube. Do you know this guy? Or do you know this? I'm like, nah, I don't know that person. You know, you don't, there's like thousands of comedians. I don't know everybody.
But you are friends with Chris Parnell and Jimmy Fallon.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm hanging out with Fallon at whatever those bars he'd get fucked up at is. You know.
Oh yeah, like the metal bars down in the village.
Or like Mars Bar or something.
Yeah. I think Mars Bar is like where the Yeah Yeah Yeahs met.
Oh my god.
Like they were all like bar backs there or something. Imagine Karen O bar backing. Mars Bar.
Neil Stasny, our buddy, he
Love him.
whenever he's back in town and he goes to the turkey's nest, he sends me a pic of the toilet in the bathroom. So he was just there, and he texted me the toilet.
Oh, like why? Oh my God. Why? On so many levels, why?
It's
I
a
didn't
great
even
day.
know the turkey nest is still standing. That's a crazy old bar.
He said they have nicer TVs and stuff.
Well,
Which is
that's good.
great to know.
That's like the one place that was left where you could take a beer to go in a big styrofoam container.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I had some long nights at the turkey's nest, dude.
Unbelievable. You know, speaking of the cowbell sketch, briefly, what happened to Will Ferrell?
What do
I
you
heard
mean?
that he fell out of favor with John C. Riley because he was supposed to play Jerry Buss on the HBO Lakers show.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
And so Will Ferrell, like, he doesn't get like movies anymore, or when he does, they're just bombs.
Yeah. Maybe
It's
he just
like bombs away.
yeah. Maybe he just doesn't want. Well, I feel like I saw that Lakers thing, and I mean, Will Ferrell's funny, but I think John C. Riley was better fit for that character. So it wasn't. Maybe he got upset, but I don't think it was personal. I just think John C. Riley was better as that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but since McKay was directing it, maybe McKay and Farrell had like a little falling out.
Yeah. But wait, whatever. I mean, the guy could
Hey,
do
by
it.
the way, do you know those guys?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We used to do open mics at the Village Lantern together. Me and Will Ferrell. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That guy could do whatever he wants. Just
Yeah.
he doesn't have to. He's rich enough where he could do whatever he wants for the rest of his life, and it doesn't have to make money. So he can just do whatever he like. I don't care. You know.
Yeah. He's a god.
Yeah.
Is
And
Conan in this cowbell sketch?
I think.
No, he's not.
Yeah. What is it? Christopher Walken and.
Oh, yeah. Walken. Yeah. Oh, do you know him? No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah. He used to do
When
beauty bar. He used to close it out.
he's in that Woody Allen movie, Christopher Walken, isn't he in Annie Hall or whatever?
Yeah, yeah. Is are there new Woody? Is it because Woody Allen? Well, So,
Yeah, let's talk about Woody Allen. I mean, let's get down to it. This is why I wanted you to hop on. Let's go.
also, he's like 90 years old. Like, is he still not a big Woody Allen guy to begin with? I'm not even trying to be, but like, is he still making shit? Because he usually makes like a movie a year or something, but I haven't been paying attention.
I hear that he just signed with Adidas and Donda Academy, which you don't listen to the news, but those
Yeah,
are references.
he just joined and won. He's gonna be dribbling and dunking.
Um,
I do love though. I mean, obviously the guy's a piece of shit, but I do love Sweet and Lowdown with Sean Penn, where he's the guitar player. But that's
oh my god.
that's my that I don't. But other than that, I don't really like his movies that much. But
You know, I feel like I felt traumatized watching the documentary about them on HBO, Pharaoh
Yeah.
versus Allen. Because I was just like, all when I was younger, I like loved his movie so much. And then to come to find out that it's just like, it's like how you felt about Michael Jackson, Jesse.
My hero, the Moonwalker. Yeah, I don't know.
Moonwalker. That was such a flop. I love it. Oh my God. You know, I talked to Dave and he was recounting a time when there was a fight on stage at a show in like Midtown, like one of the Eric I comedy shows.
God. Jesus, that was a long time.
I know. Did you ever see anyone run up on stage?
Yeah. A few times. Like, well, do you remember that story where Logan? I wasn't at the show, but Logan was doing a show at what's the show that RG Daniels did? Was it Three of Cups?
Oh yeah, Three of Cups.
And because I did my set and I left, I think, and I went to Beauty Bar. Logan was performing for some bikers and he was making fun of him. And one of them walked up and hit him in the head with the microphone.
Oh my God.
And I've seen lots of shows where people come, or like a drunk lady will come up on stage and talk to you and stuff. And people just walk. Yeah, I've seen it happen a lot of times. But, and what was the show? The Meathead Bar with the beer pong.
Is it like Telephone Bar? Or?
No, kind of, but like Ace of
Cups or something.
Yeah, I don't remember, man. But yeah, I've seen people get in fights and shit. Yeah, it's.
And you know, Dave loves to pick on the audience, so he talked to me about that too, because he's like, you know, it happens here too. He lives in Florida, and he said every venue where he does stand up is not a venue, it's a restaurant, and you're just standing on the floor amongst people eating their meals. God. I'm just like, that is my hell.
This is what, like, I hate. Like, I don't begrudge comics posting these videos if that's what works, but like, I hate like comedian crushes heckler and stuff like that. Like, I don't care, like, because this is the thing, when you're doing stand-up and you're getting a heckler, sometimes like you'll say something funny and they'll be like, oh, I should keep going. So it makes it worse. Right. So a lot of times when I get hecklers, I'm just like, I'll just be like, shut up. And it makes it weird for a minute, but then they shut up and then you can just keep going. Because if you say something funny, they'll keep saying stuff. And they'll come up to you after the show and be like, hey, I was the guy that was saying stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know, it sucked. I'm trying to say the jokes I made up. I don't want to fucking talk to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I saw especially adept at that. I saw Tim Heidecker one time at the Bell House in Brooklyn, and the heckler quotient in his nearly all male audience was very high. It was just dudes like screaming at him from the moment that he took to stage. And so immediately, like you just described, he's just like, shut the fuck. He just screamed, shut the fuck up. And it like scared everyone for a second. And then they finally shut up.
I was doing a show one time in Livonia, Michigan. I was headlining, and this guy was like, he just kept like, I'd be like, so I used to live in Detroit. It'd be like the Detroit River, just yelling out like random things just to like talk, and I would be like, I was eating breakfast. You go Fruit Loops, like just yelling out things that didn't make sense. And I go, dude, and I stop. I go, dude, listen. I've been on stage for like 5 minutes, and you've already yelled 4 times, and I got to do an out. Shut the fuck up. And then the crowd was like, thought I was insane, and I bombed.
Oh.
And I was like, what are you doing? Like, come on. I don't know.
And then the same guy after might be like, I was trying to help you.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. They'll come up and be like, yeah, I was the guy that said Detroit River. I'm like, yeah, okay. What do you do? Sign up for an open mic. Leave me alone.
Oh my God. Did
And
you hear
I'm
real?
not even like, because in real life, I don't even talk that much. Like, I'm not like a guy who's like, no, just let me talk. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
but at a show, it's like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, totally. I think that sometimes people that go to stand-up shows are acutely like inclined to be the ones who scream at the guy with the mic. So it's like almost inevitable that like a certain percentage of shows you'll get somebody, sadly.
And it goes both ways. Where I'll sometimes, I've been standing around before a show, and people will ask me like, when you do this, when you do your set, make fun of me. And then there
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
people being like, don't, I'm in the front row, don't make fun of me. It's like, I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not an asshole. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah,
And like, but so it goes, some people want it, some people hate it. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, man.
totally. I did shows at like, I want to say like New England VFWs where they
Yeah.
would have like a huddle before and they'd break down who in the audience was like celebrating what and like how you were supposed to roast them. It was like a football huddle right before the comedy show. And I'm like, okay, wait, you'd have to tell me this
No, yeah, I would
a
get,
week in advance if you want me to even
when
consider
I had
it.
to like when I had to like MC at clubs and shit, you'd get notes before like someone would give you a note, and it would just say like front row identical twins birthday, and you got to be like, oh, happy birthday identical twins, and oh, you look the same or whatever. Fuck. I'm like, god damn,
Yeah.
this sucks.
They're like, Hope Pop brought his twins bits. It's like, oh, when you touch one of them, does the other feel it? Oh, 2-for-1 drinks. Plug that. Oh my God, dude.
Stand up. Stand up is so funny because it's the best thing and it's the worst thing, and it's funny.
I think it's just, oh my God. I don't even know what to say. Oh, can I ask you a question? The guy, did you hear about how James Corden was in Baltazar and he complained to the wait staff?
I heard about that.
So you said you're not watching the news, but some things are so important they leak past.
Yeah,
They get to you.
I did submit a packet to Corden once. I didn't get hired, so
So
but,
fuck him.
yeah, I get. But I don't know. Yeah, that guy sounds like a like how it's not that hard. It's not that hard to like, if you're making the news for being a shithead, you're probably a shithead. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard to just be normal. Even if you're like, I've got the wrong order and just ate it anyway.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be an ass. You know what I mean? Like this
Yeah,
guy.
it happens to me like half the time.
I've gotten food and I'm like, this sucks. This tastes like shit. And I just ate it anyway and just paid for it because I didn't want to be an ass. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah. I don't know. So I don't have any sympathy for that man, but whatever. God bless
No,
him.
and then he apologized, and the next day he rescinded his apology.
Did he?
Yeah, it was weird. But then he talked about it on his show. I don't know, but that was
Well, he
almost
obviously didn't mean it, because if he was
yeah.
sorry, he wouldn't have done it in the first place. You know what I mean? If you're yelling at people and shit, you're probably a fucking piece of shit. I don't know. I don't know the
Yeah.
man, but
But here's what I wanted to ask you about is um the New York Post story where, well, it was a tweet. It was a tweet by Todd Levin, I guess.
Oh,
Great guy.
I know Todd from Coney. Yeah, he's Todd's great.
Maybe you didn't see the story, but he
It
tweeted
made
that
the New York Post.
his tweet did, yeah, because he tweeted that Conan one time at sort of a staff dinner uh saw somebody on the staff being rude to the server, and Conan ended up firing the guy.
Oh, that was probably before my time. I didn't see that.
Okay.
But yeah, all right. Yeah, yeah.
It was a weird story because it painted Conan as, I guess, some sort of nice guy, but at the same time, it was a story about him firing somebody sort of in a reactionary way because apparently this person was rude to a waiter. So it
Yeah.
got interpreted a lot of different ways.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure with the social media and all that, people. But Todd Levin's a good dude though, so I'm all for that. Yeah.
And Andre Dubuchet, he wasn't quoted in the article, but I love that guy too. I just wanted to
Oh
say
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, Duchesne's the man. It's funny. I remember one time I was thinking this is not related, but like because I just grew up working regular jobs and stuff. And then I mean, and then I was working as a mover, and then I got hired at Conan, and I was like, how do I talk to this guy? And then one day when I first started, we went, like, after the show, we went to some bar where we're gonna have drinks and stuff, and I show up and I walk in, and Conan, it's just Conan at first. He's sitting at this table. Oh fuck. Like, I don't know. And I go, oh, hey, Conan, what's up? And he goes, hey, what's up? And then I'm like, I don't know what to say, shit. But then everybody else showed up, and it was fun.
Oh.
It was like, I don't know how to, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't seem very approachable.
He's fine, but it was just like, I don't know. I just, like, I didn't, I'd never done anything like that before, so it was weird. And I went from, because, like, if you work at a call center or something, you're not like to your boss. You're not like, hey, what's up, man? And like trying to get them to like you. You're just like, leave me alone. You know what I mean? Or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, your boss at the call center is probably not as like popular and in demand as a
'cause
comedy icon like
like,
Conan O'Brien.
you're not used to being like, I want my boss to like me. You're just like, I just want to slip between the cracks, go smoke and go home or something.
I heard you have to work at Corden for 2 years in order to even be in a room with him.
I've heard stories. We have friends who like have writing jobs where they're like, this person, you can't even talk to them or don't look at them and stuff like. Well, I've worked regular jobs where they were like, well, it's funny. Back in Los Angeles, I worked a labor job one day. I had to sign a NDA to even walk onto the lot. It's a famous person. We were hanging up Christmas decorations for him, and they go, if he comes out, don't look at him. You can't look at it. I'm like, what are you talking? Like, I'm not trying. What if, like, what if I look at him? Like, who cares? I'm not trying to look at this fucking guy. I'm trying to make, you know what I mean?
That's insane.
And he came out. It's a famous producer, and if I said his name, you would know who he was. And
Conan O'Brien.
no, but he came out, and I didn't look at him. I was just hanging up all the Christmas shit, and whatever. I made $300 that day, so whatever.
That's nice. I think I'm going to be able to guess maybe who it is. I'm having sort of a premonition.
Well, it's someone who is.
No, let me just guess out of the blue.
Okay.
Is it Brian Glazer?
It's someone who. It's Mark Burnett. I'll say it. This motherfucker, you can sue me. I hung up garland at your house. Whatever. Sue me. He had a nice ass house, man. And yeah, a lot of it was pretty nice.
He's one of the richest TV guys ever.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow, I'm just thinking about how much money he must have.
Well,
it would have been really good if it was Conan.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, hey, what's up? I used to write.
You're like, hey, Conan, what's up?
Oh my God, that's funny.
Well, I mean, I do have to ask you what you think about the movie Rust with Alec Baldwin getting back to set.
Oh. Wait, is that starting again?
They're talking about starting it back up. I mean, it's tough because we've covered a lot, and I love our conversation, but you know, that might be too deep cut a current event for you. I also got to say though, in relation to that, almost the crazier thing, Jesse, is a week ago, Alec Baldwin posted on Instagram a picture of the victim as like a 1-year tribute. He posted that on his Instagram.
Oh my God. Think about Alec Baldwin is. Like, he's made some good movies. I kind of like him as an actor, but he's such a piece of shit. You know what I mean? He's such a dumbass. And I don't know all the like, I'm not saying it's his fault that he killed that lady, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, but and like, it didn't sound like a good movie anyway. So why are they still doing it? Just like let it go.
Who's like, get back to work? The people need to see Rust.
Yeah, who wants to see this Western with Alec Baldwin? I don't think that's not a good Western. Alec Baldwin had a Western. Come on.
And especially considering the baggage that now goes along with it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
What the fuck, man? Is there anything you're streaming that you're liking?
I've been watching old 30 for 30s.
Nice.
And I just watch YouTube a lot. Like, I watch it's so funny. I watch a lot of cooking YouTubes, but I don't ever make them. I just watch them and I go, oh, that looks pretty good. And then I don't even make them. Then I'll just eat a turkey sandwich or like a frozen pizza. But I'll watch like a YouTube on how to make chicken piccata. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, man. And then I just eat like a Stouffer's pizza.
So, are these fancy dishes like? Are these long videos of how to do them? And then you just
watch like a 15-minute video on like chicken parmesan or something. I'm like, all right. And then I'll go eat a Twinkie and a Cliff Bar. Or like an egg sandwich or something. I don't know.
Do you ever encounter any militias out there in the country?
No, everybody's pretty like. Well, it's weird because like at this job I work, I think everybody's like not everybody, but a lot of people are like Trump heads and shit, but they're kind of nice. Like you'll be talking to a guy and he's like nice, but then he has like a "Don't tread on me" tattoo and shit.
Huh.
And you're like, this guy might be crazy, but he's being nice to me. I don't know. And then but then you meet people who are like, liberal or whatever, but they're shitheads. So it's like, like I'm not a conservative, but it's like I just want to just hang out, and I don't care. I don't know. Like if somebody's normal to me, I'm like, whatever, it's fine.
So you consider Democrats are like they're almost too nerdy for you, right? Like,
No, well, I mean, no, look, we've all met especially in Hollywood and New York, people who are like, oh, I'm a great person, I'm a liberal, who are huge pieces of shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And there are people who, when you talk about politics, they're dumb, but they're nice and they work and they don't bother anybody. You know what I mean? So it's like I
Hmm.
don't really care if that they like when they're talking about politics, I'm like, you're an idiot, but they're fine. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
And then there's people who are like, oh, do this, and I agree with them, but in real life, they're horrible people. So I don't want to be around them. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A
So,
hundred percent.
so I don't know.
Oh man, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like in your state because wasn't there a deal where they tried to kidnap the governor?
Yeah, that was made up though. The FBI basically orchestrated that whole thing and like made it like they this is what they do. They go in or they go to a mosque or they go to these rednecks and they try to be they're like, hey, you should do this. And they talk him into it. And they're like, okay. And then they're like, you're under arrest. And they act like they stopped something, but they made the whole thing up. You know what I mean?
Mm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they weren't really going to do it. They're idiots.
Oh my god.
Like they'll like go to like a mosque and like talk to like a autistic guy, be like, you should buy a rocket launcher. And he's like, okay. And they're like, you are under arrest. And then they're like, we just stopped a guy for buying a rocket launcher. And they're like, no, you didn't. You made it up.
Oh my god. What a world.
Yeah.
Hey, moving away from the FBI for a second, Jesse, what do you think about Tom Brady and Giselle?
Like it was time for him to hang it up. And then he was like, no, I won't. And then his wife maybe got mad at him. And dude, when I temped years ago, I temped in New York in this investment firm, and I would get Gisele Bundchen's like account statements, and I would have to like audit them and stuff. She was real rich, man. And I was like, whoa, okay. And then so she's fine. She doesn't need nothing, but yeah, I think Brady was like, she's probably like, hang it up, just hang out with the family. And he's like, okay. And he's like, no, I want to go be a jock some more. And then she was like, okay, I'm out. Right?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. She talked to me. I like how there's odds on who Tom Brady's next girlfriend will be, and there's like long odds plus 4,000 on Tara Reid.
Oh my God. I don't think those are good enough odds. That's going to be plus 20,000.
Yeah, I know because it's never happening.
Is that a real thing where there's prop bets on who he dates next?
Yup,
Oh my God.
big time.
I'm going to
Like
guess
Bella Hadid, Taylor Swift, like all these weird names.
maybe he'll just get back with Bridget Moynihan from Blue Bloods.
Oh, hey, speaking of CBS shows, before you get out of here, would you ever tell the story? And if this is too controversial, we can edit it out. But you're at a party and you saw Galecki from The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, and so I'm at this party at my buddy's house, and I go to get a beer, and I'm opening the fridge, and I go, and I look to I go, does anybody need anything? And blah, blah, blah. And I grab some beers. I close the fridge, and then Galecki's there. And he looks at me, and he was like, wait, what did he say to me?
He's like, "Are you done?"
Oh, yeah. He goes, are you done? And I was in the and I was like, what the fuck, dude? And and I go, this guy just said, are you done to me? And then I met him another time, and he was nice. So I don't know.
Okay.
It was like, but I was so pissed. And like that whole night, I was like, this guy I was trying to get beers for my friends. And he said, are you done to me? I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, that's during a time when I was like, I hate show business so much. I was just getting a beer out of the fridge, and this guy from Roseanne yelled at me. Right? You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Are you done?
He goes, you done?
Oh my God. Dude, I just love the fact that you're at your buddy's party in Hollywood. You're not exactly feeling yourself. And you're grabbing a beer from the fridge, and out of nowhere, Leonard from The Big Bang Theory, a.k.a. Jonathan Galecki, a.k.a. David from Roseanne, peeks through the fridge and goes, are you done? To which you're pretty much just like, yeah, I think I am done. And like at that point, aren't you pretty much expecting Sheldon to pop up out of nowhere and be like, bazinga, baby? I love it.
But
so good.
Yeah, I met him another time, and he's nice. So I'm not trying to talk shit. Whatever. Maybe he was just being weird or whatever. But
No, it's fine. Don't worry about any fallout. I'll trim the fat, and I'll give
I'm gonna come
you.
home from work in 2 weeks, and I'll be on TMZ for saying
It's not gonna happen.
Jesse Popp said, Galecki said, "Are you done?" And
I'm gonna edit it together. I'm gonna like splice it frame by frame, and you're gonna be like, I hate cops. You're like, Galecki must die.
then I'm like trying to rake leaves, and there's somebody taking my picture. And you're like, I heard you said whatever the fuck.
I think you should get into real estate. You should start self-publishing novels. You like to read, you like to write, you're very funny. I mean, you're one of the funniest humans alive.
Thank you.
Just write books or make movies. Now, you can make a movie. I just saw that movie, American Movie.
Oh, for the first time?
First time, long time.
Oh,
but I saw it like in 2000, and it hit a lot different this time. And I'm not trying to obviously compare myself to those people, but it's funny to watch for so many reasons. And part of it is they're like splicing the reels of film together. I mean, like it was 100 times harder for them to make Coven, their film, in '99 than it is now. I mean, like now those dudes could crank it out.
And like a lot of people, I've seen people say that movie was mean to them, but it wasn't. Like I love those guys. Like they were trying. They were getting after it, dude. Like they're, to me, those guys are cool guys. Like Mike Shank, who just died, and Borchard. Like they were regular, like working class poor guys. They were trying. And back then, to make a movie, it took work, and they were doing it. You know what I mean? And it was funny. And I don't know.
Yeah, I actually watched it because the friend passed away. Does that other guy still make movies? Did you ever see his Dundee Project movie?
No, I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw Mike Shank, like he did like a What's in My Bag, that Amoeba Records thing a couple years ago. I saw that.
I'm going to look it up. Thank you.
Just want to get famous enough to throw out a first pitch or take batting practice or do a What's in My Bag. That's all I want. Just I don't care about the other stuff.
Just got to go viral.
I've seen comics who like they'll throw at a first pitch, and I'm like, the fuck, man, I can throw better than you, and I'm funnier than you. Let me throw at a first pitch.
It's like John Heffron. Man, John Heffron is a guy. It's amazing that he like tours and gets after it still. Like he's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't look at his tour updates, but just the fact that any comic is doing it, but then the fact that John Heffron's doing it, it's like he is getting after it. It's like, damn, does he have like tons of fans? I don't know. Maybe.
He's a Michigan guy. I opened up for him back in the day. He would sell out and kill. And so,
I'm interested though, because also I feel like some comics age out of their audience just in the sense that when everyone's in their 20s and 30s, it's easier to go out and go to comedy shows. Then those people have kids and, they'll get a sitter, but like, they're not like trying to party with John Heffron.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know anything about him except he was on Last Comic Standing. And that he's from Michigan.
Yeah, I don't know. Comedy, who knows? Like, well, because like a lot of times before social media, you didn't even need to be a draw. You would just like get booked and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Of course. I know exactly what you mean. Dude, I'm so glad you stopped by here at the Gas and Go on I-95. Before you get out of here real quick, what do you think about the situation with Russia and Ukraine?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be. You can't stop it. So it's just like, why even worry about it? You know what I mean? Like, I can't go to Russia and be like, guys, cut it out. You know what I mean? Be friends. I can't do anything about that. So it's going to be whatever happens. Yeah.
Unless, though, we started a TikTok challenge. Has anyone thought to make a viral TikTok dance and food challenge that could win over the heart and mind of Vlad Putin? No, yeah, you're right. We're doomed.
We'll start doing open mics. We'll go to Russia or Ukraine and start doing open mics. Everybody will.
Us doing a stand-up show there would only make the situation worse. We would get arrested so fast. I would get arrested before I got off the plane.
You're like, all right, who's ready for the comedy show? And then he's like, some mercenary just blasts you.
Tough crowd.
Your dying words are, you go, tough crowd. They were weird.
I'm like, they were weird. I suppose if you're doing stand-up comedy in the Ukraine, the ultimate guest pop-in would be President Zelensky, who used to be a stand-up comic himself. Like, if you're emceeing at a club there, are they like, hey, Zelensky is going to pop in and do a tight 15. He's been working on his new hour. Anyway, good talking, man.
Oh, yeah. I had a blast.
Yeah, dude, me too. Thanks for coming by the gas station and seeing me at work. We'll probably post all our episodes soon online, I think.
Just don't overthink it, because like with all three of my albums, when I first heard them, I was like, this fucking sucks. I can't put this out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, you don't be too hard on yourself. Just put it out. It's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. And I'm really glad to hear you say that, because like, since it's just me right now doing these, I listen back. And so it's, easy to get into like hating myself. Oh, yeah. So when I think I kind of have to listen back, because I do like to trim the fat, and our conversation's done now. None of this will appear in the final product, but so I do kind of have to listen back, because I'm trying to like get it right and trim some fat. It's just that it's easy to start hating myself. I kind of just have to go with it.
And you can leave this in. I think you should leave it in. What I'm saying is, I overthink everything. I'm, you know, and you have to just like not do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? I don't. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I'm glad that you said that. Thank you.
I was listening. You know, it's funny. I was listening. You know who Harry Dean Stanton is? The actor.
Yeah, is he from Paris, Texas, and
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
Lucky movie?
I was listening to one of his albums on Spotify, and he has a song, and at the end, he goes, there's a couple mistakes in there, but just leave them in there. Who gives a fuck? And it's actually like pretty helpful. I was like, that I get it. Like, you know, just leave it
Yeah,
in.
leave it in.